Major Hollywood couple causes huge commotion. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. You guys, I am currently, as you know, in Colombia. So that is the view that you are seeing. We are in an island right now where my mother lives, and we are here just keeping her company and helping her grieve and just kind of just being as supportive as possible. Right now, she is currently getting ready, so I'm going to be vlogging a little bit for you, so stay tuned towards the end of the video. But I wanted to just spill the tea here with you all because there is this very huge commotion going around of a very interesting couple allegedly having a hard launch. Now, I'm starting a new series where I talk about just crazy, shocking headlines that are out there and giving my opinion about it. You know, it's not just the typical celebrity. So we are talking in this video about Dylan Mulvaney and Joe Locke. Now, Joe Locke is a young actor. He's 21 years old, and he is in Heartstopper on Netflix, and he is in Agatha All Along. He is an incredible actor. He's been doing like Broadway shows. He's incredibly talented. And Dylan Mulvaney, I always get her name wrong. She is a TikToker, and there's this conversation going around because Dylan Mulvaney, she is trans, and Joe Locke is a 21-year-old gay guy, right? You know, whatever. And there's a lot of really nasty comments out there because supposedly they are dating. And it's not just because of age. Dylan is 28 and Joe Locke is 21. But a lot of people have a conversation going around that because Dylan is trans and Joe Locke is gay, that relationship should not, it's not going to work and it's not ethical. So let's talk about this. I'm a gay guy, you guys know this, okay? And I actually met Dylan. I thought she was very nice. She was very, as you can imagine, very present, funny, and honestly iconic. Let me just say, in person, she's absolutely iconic. She did like this outfit reveal and everything. I thought she was great. So they have been friends for a very long time, Joe Locke and Dylan. And now it's supposedly that they are dating because of some of the pictures that have come out. Okay, so check this out. Who was gonna tell me that Joe Locke and Dylan Mulvaney are dating? What? Girl, not Heartstopper. Oh, someone needs to check on Nick. Someone needs to check on, what's his name? Kid Connor. Dylan. You know what, girl? I like this. Well, I've been seeing some comments. I mean, I don't know. I know that they're best friends and they have been best friends for years. I also know that they're like super close, but apparently they did a hard launch. You know what, girl? I love this. I do. I love this. I love it. You know, some people are saying that they have an issue with him being 21 and her being 28. And listen, sometimes like dating someone older can be a little bit, you know, a little. But it's not always the worst thing in the world. You know, my first boyfriend was older, and let me tell you something, if I can go back in time, I would not have dated him because he did expect me to be a lot more mature than I really was, because I wasn't. I mean, I was super young. And so that's the only thing that I do regret. But I think that if you are both in the same like mentality, then I think that it's great. And you know what, girl? I don't hate this. Now we need to get Dylan a role on the new Heartstopper movie, girl. Anyways, girl, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, girl. Okay. Oh, someone check on Kid Connor. So a lot of the comments are like, well, how is a trans girl gonna be dating a gay guy, this and that? Let me tell you something, okay? There are tons of things in the world that I don't understand, okay? Like, for example, you know, how do they have proof that dinosaurs were real, right? You don't know if dinosaurs... There is no one had a camera back then, bitch, okay? And all these remains, like, what if they were cows? How do they know it was dinosaurs? How do Jurassic Park directors know how dinosaurs sounded when they yelled, okay? You know, for example, how does the Wi-Fi go from here to there if it's invisible, right? Another thing, how do we know mermaids are not real? How do we know that this ocean back here, right, that is huge, that's not even 95% discovered, does not have a fucking mermaid, okay? You cannot tell me otherwise, all right? So as there are things that I don't quite understand, there are things that I do understand. And I do understand that when you fall in love with someone or you love someone, there should not be any explanation about it. You know what I mean? Just because something doesn't seem right to you or doesn't seem like it's possible or seems weird or seems whatever it is, doesn't mean that it's not real. You know what I mean? I think at this age, in 2025, almost 2026 in 6 months, I think it's really crazy for people to be judging anybody at all for whatever they decide to do. A lot of people have issue with age difference. My first boyfriend was a lot older than me, and I will say this, okay? It works for some, but for some, it does not. And for me, it did not. And I'll tell you why. Because at such a young age, I was in still my teens, basically, I was acting a lot older than I should be acting. And that is something that I highly regret, and I do not recommend. I had to grow up a lot faster because I was always being called immature. And had I've been with someone my age, I think it would have been a lot more easier because we can both be immature and grow. But my boyfriend expected me to be mature like him when he was a lot older than I was. And so I do not recommend. Okay. Around the world, girls. Around the world, girls. Do you guys hear that? Eres piel morena, canto de pasión y arena. Eres piel morena. Listen. So the age thing, it's just like whatever. Joe Locke to me seems like a very mature person. He seems like he seems very developed mentally. You know what I mean? He really does. He seems very developed. He seems very like just so mature for his age. And on top of it, actually, it's so funny because Dylan at 28, she seems like a young mess. You know, she seems like a young, fun mess. And they kind of they're kind of the opposite of each other. And I do think that, the age, if there is clear communication and understanding that this is how old we are, and I have to act a certain way, then I think it could work, right? But if you expect the person to act your age, then it's never going to work. And then the trans, I just don't think that that's an issue. I mean, if it's not an issue for them, why should it be an issue for you? Do you know what I mean? Everyone has their preferences. Everyone likes what they like. And I just feel like we're living in such hard times that the last thing we need to do is judge other people's love lives. Do you know what I mean? And, I could not, for example, me, right? I'm attracted to men. So I personally could not date a trans girl, right? But that's just me, right? Everyone has their preferences. I like a man, right? And that's it. And maybe Joe just is one of those that likes what he likes. And also, I do believe that you can fall in love with someone without having to care about their appearance. You could definitely fall in love with their heart, with their soul, with their mind. And maybe God, who knows, one day maybe I could have, but I'm married, honey, so I don't think I have that possibility. But you never know. I mean, you could easily fall in love with someone's heart and someone's mind and someone's feelings and their soul, right? So I'm not to sound like Barney, but I just want people to love. I just want people to be love and have a good life and just be happy, because life is so crazy that you just need a little happiness in your life. So you know what? I'm not judging. I don't judge anybody. The only ones I judge are people who hate on people for no fucking reason. If it's not affecting your life, then fucking move on. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. And I just absolutely love to be able to just, spill tea about other things, right? Because there's so much going on that there's a lot of tea to spill. So love you guys so much. Here's a little vlog behind the scenes of the island, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.